So there's a Palestine protest going on, and it's just after the South African court decision of Israel's crime against genocide, and here we are live. Hello, sir. And this is the reaction right now.
Palestine will be free.
There's over there as well.
Palestine will be free.
Common kids is no self-defense. I don't know if I go here. This is the reaction right now. Over there, look. See this. Nelson Mandela right there.
حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل.
Every weekend, as far as I know, in Cape Town, there's these protests going on. There's people horning. This is the reaction from the court verdict today. Strong women out today. More women than guys out today. There's only a couple of guys. There's more women than guys out today. That guy out there with his daughter.
Free, free! Free, free!
Free Palestine.
Free, free! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Can I take a picture with your hat?
You want to take a picture with my hat?
Well, no, with you with your hat.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because I'm working on a mural that's up over there, and we're trying to create
Palestinian mural?
Yes. Oh, it's on Lion Street. If you go to
yeah, I was staying near there. I was staying near there, yeah.
So we're trying to add some people with some like.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, can I ask you a question? So after the verdict today in court, this is good news, right? For kind of.
No. The point is, every step forward is a step forward.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we're still moving forward. It would just be nice if it wasn't one step, it was like, I don't know, a kilometer. This is a long way to go. But it's a start. And then for all those countries that were hesitating and maybe, I don't know, needed an official statement to be made.
Yeah.
Hopefully now they've got the ammunition they need to kind of come on board and support.
Yeah.
Because the end is near.
I know.
We're in South Africa, we know what the end looks like.
Yeah.
So we know it's near. The problem with that is, like any millennial will know who plays video games, when the boss is at the last little bit of their life, that's when they start throwing their toys out the cart.
Yeah.
So that's what we need to be careful about.
Why is South Africa so strong for Palestine? Is it because of previous experiences of injustice, right?
It is that, but any person, even if you take it as simple as what you call it, say if you were ever bullied,
Yeah.
then as you grow up, you're always looking out for if someone is being bullied, and then you speak up for them. So just to put it in like a very like layman's kind of context.
Yeah.
And you have two options in that situation. You're either going to be someone who looks out for people who are bullied and will stand up for them, or two, you become the bully.
Yeah.
And that's what the argument also with the anti-Semitism is like. It doesn't make any sense, because you're basically saying that you became exactly like those who try to eradicate and oppress you.
Yeah.
You became then an oppressor yourself.
Yeah.
Whereas you should have become a liberator. And that's what South Africa chose. We chose the path where it's like, we will never experience this again, and we will never allow it to happen to other people if we can help it.
Yeah.
Even if we only have two sticks to rub together to support someone else, we will do it. Because that is what Ubuntu is. When you bleed, I bleed. You know, I cannot be I cannot enjoy my success if my neighbor is suffering. And right now our neighbors are suffering, because people also use the argument saying we have issues here too. And I'm like, they said that during apartheid. They're like, oh well, you'll need jobs. I'm like, yeah, a job under oppression is not a job worth having.
No.
So rather we want to have work, we want to have all these things, but where we're free.
Yeah.
You know?
How do the Jewish people feel about it in South Africa?
Well, they've spoken for themselves. I cannot speak for them, but they've spoken. And they're in support of Palestine.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, the Jews for Palestine.
Because you have different types.
It's not a religious issue. It's humanitarian.
No, it's more political.
People, not even political, because people use the word politics to divide. It's humanity. Because that's why a lot of people, even in South Africa, said, you know, I've given up hope on humanity. They didn't say politics. They said, I've given hope on humanity. And when our country stepped forward as a country to stand with Palestine, that showed that we still have humanity left in the world.
Wow.
So instead of being divisive and using words to prevent us supporting each other, we should be looking at what are words that can bring us together. Humanity is a word. What else can we do? Kindness and freedom. And all of those words, doesn't matter who you believe is right or wrong. Are we being kind to each other right now? If the answer is no, then we need to do something about it. Are all people in Palestine experiencing freedom that they need to live and enjoy life? The answer is no, we need to do something about it. The end. It doesn't matter who's right or wrong if we aren't experiencing that and we aren't sharing it. And that's what the Bible says too.
Non-Muslims as well are protesting here. You're Christian. Wow.
And it's not a religion.
It's not really.
And that's what they use again as a division. It says in the Bible that God is not a God of deception, confusion, or doubt. And when you experience that, you need to question, where is this coming from? It's not coming from God. And that's what, whenever someone says now, this is a Muslim issue, and now you want to start arguing. I'm like, the minute you start arguing, it's not coming from God. All you need to ask is, even they asked Jesus way back when. It's like, what's the greatest commandment ever? And he answered so cleverly. He was like, look, one is God above all else. And then what is equal to that or next to that is love thy neighbor as you would love yourself. So again, every action we have, if I'm walking down the street and I'm not loving my neighbor as I would love myself, I would want my neighbor to advocate for my freedom. If they saw me getting beaten up on the street by the cops, I would want my neighbors. They don't have to live next door to me to be my neighbor, to say, whoa, cop, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And this is what our community does. This is what South Africa does. Whether you realize it or not, one way or another, we come to bat. Just look at TikTok. Anyone who mentions one bad word to a South African on TikTok, every South African, black, white, colored, Indian is on that person's case. What you talking about? Don't come and talk South Africa. Yeah, this is my bro, this is my brother. This is like, you know?
It's like Joburg. It gets a bad name. But it's, Joburg. But the thing is, people only pick at the bad stuff, you know?
Everywhere has bad stuff.
But when you hear South Africa, the country, people just think, oh, you're gonna get kidnapped or killed. Every time you tell them you're going there.
Well, look, I went to the UK and literally during Christmas
Oh,
time,
you did?
When I was staying with my ex now, but with his family, and literally during Christmas, there was a mistaken, what you call it? Someone came. Yeah, I'll come over now. They literally killed somebody in their home, and it was a drive-by, an accident.
Wow.
And that was in the UK. So it's like you cannot
justify it.
Only look at the bad, because the bad is everywhere. But if you have just one spark, one light, one candle can illuminate a whole room. So right now, South Africa's at one candle, and if you'd like to be more of the candles in the darkness, then do that.
Yeah.
You know?
You're right. You are right. It's a sold out crowd here, as you can see. And we're gonna go to the other side of the road now and see if we can chat to these chaps over here. It's definitely a sold out crowd. It's definitely a sold out crowd. Oop. Gotta watch you don't get run over. The atmosphere is eccentric right now. It's kind of crazy. People horning as they drive by in support of Palestine. We got some more here. Hello, sir. You South African? Ah.
Where are you?
I'm from UK. But I want to know your reaction of what's happened with the court decision today. Do you still think there's a long way to go?
We're positive. It will be soon.
So hopefully soon, he says.
Ceasefire will stop.
Ceasefire. We've been trying for a long time now to cease this fire. Boycotting a lot. Has South Africa been boycotting a lot of? They have? McDonald's and all of that stuff? Yeah. From the UK, we don't really get that much kind of coverage of South Africa because it's so like the media. But now thanks to like social media, you have more awareness of what's going on. What time did you start the protest?
At 5.
Ah, so a little while ago. I'm gonna hang out here and see what's up. Thank you, man.
Thanks.
See, bombing is not self-defense. Free Palestine. There's a crowd there that I just came from. So yeah, it's not even like it's all mixed. It's all mixed like crowd here. So it's not like just it's not just Muslims, you know. It's the lady I was speaking to earlier was a Christian lady, and she's sick of it. She's sick of injustice. And that's what it should be, you know, humanity together. Oh. Yeah.
What are you doing in South Africa?
I'm just traveling around, but
Are you a pro-Palestinian protester?
Of course. Yeah, but I just I'm making a video because also my YouTube channel, I want them to see this, because South Africa, I was just telling your friend, like it's kind of one of those things that you hear about it, but I never realized the presence for Palestine was this strong until I arrived here.
The presence has been here always. Ever since our struggle, when the Palestinians, when there was solidarity with Palestine, and they supported us in our struggle for our freedom and our democracy and our liberation and our self-determination, they were there by our side. They supported us financially, militarily, whatever it was, whatever way they could. And so we stand by Palestine to the last end, no matter what. If it's going to be, it's going to have to come that we have to support them any way we can. We'll do it, so that they can.
Is any other African country? I'm not aware, but is any other African countries as strong as South Africa right now in terms of support for Palestine?
I don't think any other.
I don't think they are, because South Africans here in Egypt.
And that's why we came with the application for the ICJ, so that we can have our presence felt in our solidarity. We just don't wanted to show that it was not only in words, but also in action, and that we wanted to take legal processes and do things in a democratic way, in the system that was already there, that's supposed to protect the people from genocide and from violence and from atrocities. So we are happy that South Africa is taking the stance, because every time when we try to do something, we try to do BDS, they say this is anti-Semitic. It's anti this. It's anti also. So the stance that South Africa has taken is a very good stance.
You're bullying, and then when someone turns the tables and fights back, you're like, no, they started it. It's like an old school type.
So the best way to get them is to actually to use the institutions that they put in place in the rules, and with the genocide conventions.
Yeah.
It's not our roots, it's their roots, and it's the international community's roots. So we are happy that South Africa has chosen this way.
So the court decision today, how did you feel about that?
I feel it's in favor, even though it's in favor of South Africa, and even though it's not decisive.
Yeah.
It's a ceasefire immediately.
Yeah.
And that provisional measures still have to be, how do you call it, instituted.
Yeah.
And so we just have to wait this month out, and when Zionist state, I don't even want to say Israel.
Yeah.
They're not by us, they're not a state. We don't believe that they are a state, and because they are occupying force. And so we'll just see after the month what report are they going to give in the comments. South Africa is going to comment in towards after the response on their report, and then we'll see from there what the ICJ. So we just have to be patient, but what it means that in another month's time there will still be killings. People will still be dying in Gaza. People will still be dying in West Bank. People will still be going hungry. Hospitals will still be bombed, and all those things. And
wow.
On that level, I'm feeling a bit aggrieved, because people are still going to die.
Yeah.
So we're actually expecting that the result is going to be, and the verdict is going to be much more decisive. Saying stop the killing now, ceasefire now. And that's the intention, but the ultimate goal is ceasefire now, but occupation must stop. If the occupation is not going to stop, then there will be violence. There will be always people that's going to resist, and we can't keep people under oppression like that and suppression, and think that they're going to be sitting quiet and think they accept everything.
How do you feel about some of the Arab countries not supporting? It's a bit disappointing, right?
We are very disappointed.
Very disappointed. UAE and these places.
But the thing that I always say is they never represent the Muslims.
No.
The cause of the Muslims and the suffering of the Muslims.
Are you Muslim yourself?
Yeah,
oh, wow, mashallah. Because I was speaking to that lady there, she was Christian, and it seems there's a mixed crowd here. There's not just Muslims, which is beautiful.
Because our community is so actually the
diverse.
The history of the community is like very diverse.
Oh, Bukap, yeah.
So we have Jewish people saying here in the Bukap also.
Wow.
But we live in peace. You know, maybe they have their own opinions of the state and of conflict and everything. But we know in our minds, in our hearts, that this is the right way to go, and then Palestine should be free, and the oppression, the occupation should stop.
And you don't have to be Muslim to speak up against injustice.
It's a humanity issue. It's not an issue of religion. They want to make it seem like it's an issue of...
But don't you think because of social media now, in a good way, this gets lots of publication? The media won't show this. Yeah, so someone, now my phone will record it, and YouTube, I'll get thousands of people looking at it, or TikTok or whatever. Yeah, so it's good that the message is...
I think that what they never realized is the thing that they created, the social media platforms. It works actually something against them. Yeah, so
it works against them.
It works against him. So
because it's more freedom of speech to an extent.
Even though mainstream media, they don't show us the truth.
Yeah.
They don't report and go to the places where the conflict is.
No.
But we are the people on the ground, and we get the feedback from those people, and we can post it, and we can put that feedback there on that platform, and use the social platforms so that we can expose these people. We can expose the crimes and the atrocities of Israel and the oppression that's happening on a daily basis. Not only now, since the 7th of October, but since 1948.
Since 1948.
So there's been so many massacres already, and we can't afford more massacres and another Nakba. It's just impossible and unbelievable that something like this can happen. Still in the civilized time, in modern times that we are living, it's actually disgusting.
It is. And the every weekend is a protest?
We actually made a commitment here in Bukap, in the Solidarity Movement of Palestine, Bukap, that we want to do this until the day when Palestine are free. Every Friday we want to come
that's
together.
Amazing spirit.
We want to stand here and protest, and we want to just be anti-violent. We don't want to show the world that we can protest in a peaceful way, and that we don't want to have any conflict with anyone.
So all of this is
can be solved. The occupation stops. come to the negotiations. But as you can see, coexistence between the Palestinians and the current Jewish state, the Israeli state, the right-wing state is so impossible to achieve because the coexistence is going to be very tough.
Yeah.
Because they are just so right-wing and the clear intentions is just to wipe those people out.
Yeah, and America supporting
America, and I'm happy for this case ruling so far. And even though because America, UK, and the Western allies and the Western powers, like they say, the evil axis and the good axis, we don't fall for that. But they are culpable and they're complicit in the crimes and atrocities and the genocide that is happening today. Because there are the people who are financially backing them, diplomatically, politically, financially, militarily. They're putting weapons in that place so that people can be butchered and they can be. The catastrophe that's happening there now is because of them. So they can't come and lecture us about international law and humanity and all those things because they are not a credible source to us anymore for information and for people to protect us.
No,
because they don't adhere to the international laws by themselves.
It's hypocritical.
So one of the points is also to get the people here so that we can do the protests and stuff. But we're trying to get as educated as much education that we can get, each and every one of us here. So we're trying to on WhatsApp groups and everything, and in our community meetings, whatever it is, at mosques, at churches also. How do you call it?
Boycotting Israeli products. Is that quite a big thing here?
Boycotts is hard here in South Africa also. So people are actually now, ever since this conflict started now, the people are even more determined now to boycott. So it's actually made the people more stronger and more determined so to go on and to do this thing anti-violently. And
the police presence here, I see them coming over. Is that did they just let you guys carry on, or did they stick around just
it's been now the current 3 or 4 weeks that they're trying to intimidate the people because you must
really?
You must understand the politics of South Africa.
It's corrupt.
Especially here in the Western Cape. We are led by a party that's complicit of the crimes of Israel because they are supportive of Israel's policies.
Like Republicans.
So this political party here, a lot of the people they are very up in arms against them now because maybe a lot of people in the past they used to vote for them because they thought that they can give us a better living. But their ideology and their mask is off. You see what they are and what they stand for. So they stand for atrocities, they stand for genocide, they stand for oppression, and they stand for occupation for the people of Palestine for all these years. So now they have been exposed and the people are so fed up with them now. Now what's happening now is because of this, because they can't silence the people. So they send the police and law enforcement so that they can intimidate the people. They're taking photos and videos of the people.
Wow.
And it's like, it's like an apartheid tactic they are using to intimidate the people so that people can not turn up to these events.
Wow.
And like, what is happening, They're taking my photo, they're going to come fish me, That's what they used to do in apartheid. They used to take photos and pictures of the people that were involved in the struggle. And at night the security cops, they used to come and they come take the people out of their houses here. Even in this area also. And they arrest the people and you won't see them for maybe 2 or 3 weeks later. Tortured and beaten.
The police.
Children.
Torturing and beating.
The same effect, and now they are now supportive of this Israeli regime. And because the people are rising up and the people are standing up and they're not agreeing with them. So this is why the police is coming here all the time now.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's
and
I think I can speak forever about this issue because I've been involved in this issue ever since I was a very young boy. I was still on school also since I was 16. So it's like over 30 years already I've been involved in this, and some of my friends here are standing on So it's also very ironic that we are standing here. If you look up there, you see there is the biggest mural up there of a Palestinian
Someone
flag.
told me there's a big, really big flag there. Where?
So,
I can't see it. There's that one there, like on the wall, or you mean an actual flag?
You can see it, that one of the apartment blocks here.
On the pole, yeah.
If you go further up, you'll see the whole flag.
Oh really? Yeah. You can see it from the street. I'm gonna check it out. But
the irony is, what I want to tell you is this.
Yeah.
We have achieved all these freedoms now without democracy that we've been fighting for, as young boys.
Yeah.
You and those guys over there, we're all about the same, 50s now.
Wow. And, you don't look 50.
Yeah, so what happened, because there are murals all over Cape Town now.
Murals, yeah.
But I can remember, and we can remember, when we were younger boys, we used to spray paint the whole book up.
With Palestinian flags?
Viva Palestine. We used to paint
long time
Viva
ago.
Hamas. I'm talking about 30 years ago.
30 years ago.
And the police used to chase us all night.
Yeah.
They were crawling because it shows you the kind of sentiment these people have towards Palestinian solidarity.
Yeah. Does it sadden you that Muslims are perceived as always negative, right?
Yeah,
but I mean, nowadays it's like you're getting bullied, you fight back, and you fight back by protesting, and they'll claim this is some sort of extreme. No one cares.
They say when you chant from the river to the sea.
Yeah.
It is a violent thing. You want to wipe out the
yeah,
Jewish people. It's not about the Jewish people.
They say that.
About the Jewish people. It's about occupation. It's about oppression.
Yeah.
It's about annexing the land, displacing people, taking them out of their houses, demolishing their place where they're staying. So it's not about the Jewish people and the Muslim people and Christian people. There are Jews, Christians and Muslims been living in peace for centuries in Palestine.
Yeah.
So why is this problem here now?
Yeah.
Yes, we know, we can not talk. There's a lot of details here about World War II and all those things, everything that happened in World War I. So everything is connected to each other. So it's a very broad thing, but what is the actual problem is in 1948.
Yeah.
You understand? When it started in 1967. So
there should be more people turn up for this.
Yeah,
there should be, right? But it's still good that there's still enough people to cause a reaction here. You got guys over there, these guys over here. Every corner is covered.
As you can see, the people are here, but the people are very peaceful. And as you can see, there's a lot of our women from
yeah, I saw that. That's very good because women are.
They're also firm.
Yeah.
So strong that they stand by the Palestinian cause until they are free also.
Wow. It's quite emotional, man. Even just the atmosphere, because it's
yeah, you know what our people are very emotional because we are so connected to the struggle also. But the main thing I always ask myself is how far are we prepared to go? How deep yeah, how deep is my empathy for the Palestinian people? And I'm asking myself, am I gonna come here all the time and just chant all the time? But we've been putting pressure on our government. We've been telling them to take our ambassadors out from Israel, to close our
how have they reacted, the government?
And they closed it.
Oh, they closed it.
And now look what happened now.
Yeah.
Now we have an application at the ICJ.
Yeah.
Finally, there's some kind of clarity coming from this hearing now.
From all the way from South Africa.
All the way from here in the south.
In South Africa.
Imagine the apartheid state against the apartheid state. So there's a lot of history and irony in here, and we're happy that our country is doing this with all our problems. And we're very proud to be South Africans because of this humanity, stance that we are taking. Making all these things that are wrong in our country, but our humanity remains. We know that people are fighting for their freedom somewhere else, and we have to be here for them so they can be free one day.
Yeah.
Understand? So, but we have to actually ask for empathy. How deep is it, and how far do we want to go? Is this where we want to go? Do we want to stop here? No, we don't want to stop here.
No.
We want to go further.
Yeah.
We want to solve this thing. If we can put pressure on Saudi Arabia, we're going to do that. Because they don't represent us on issues like this. They only represent themselves.
It's embarrassing. Saudi Arabia is embarrassing, really.
Yeah, they're embarrassment to the Muslim nation. I don't have any.
They've always been a puppet for America. Right?
I think my opinion and the way I feel and what we should do is if we can't boycott the Saudis, if we can't boycott the Hajj and the Umrah,
yeah.
If we can't boycott anything, if we can create the Hajj 2024 Kifia Day, then we do it, because like we have to show them we want to defy you And we don't agree with what you are doing in Saudi Arabia, and you're not supporting our brothers in Palestine. Because when people come there and they make dua for the Palestinians, or they come with the kifa, we have this repressive laws on them. Why? Why are you doing it? Because you know why? The existence of Israel doesn't exist without the existence of Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
That is how everything happened. That's the beginning. That's the root of everything. Because they betrayed our people.
They did.
And that is where everything is. And we have to stop that. As Muslims, we have to stop it. And we have to rise up against it and tell them, stop it now. We can sit down, we can communicate, we can do things for the Muslims, or we have to get rid of them. Understand? It sounds a bit more strong, but you know what? If we think about empathy and we think we want Palestine to be, we don't want another person to die, not anywhere in the world.
No, it's not fair.
Because of oppression, any conflict. You see?
You think boycotting pilgrimage?
I'm saying this to you now because I told me now you're a YouTuber now, and maybe you must raise this issue on your platform. You must use this as an influence that you can say we must have a 24 kifiyah day. So the cost of 2 million people coming with the kifiyahs to Makkah, you know, and protesting and showing our support for the Palestinian people.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah, I mean, Saudi Arabia, the Muslim world you would think they would look at that as a not a role model, but that's like the leader of the Muslim world, right? And look what they have been doing and what they do, and they just turn a blind eye. The atrocities, it's all business and it's all political.
I've been following this war since Iraq, Afghanistan, and all.
Yeah.
And how complicit they were in those wars. I can remember when I was a young boy and my friends asked me, what do Saudi Arabia, what do they benefit in Iraq if they support America?
Yeah.
So, well, what is everything about the oil? They benefit from revenues of oil.
Yeah.
Because Iraq is one of the big oil exporters also.
Oh, very big, yeah.
So what do they benefit if they can have control of this whole area? If they can look from Yemen, if you look from Syria, Libya and Afghanistan, all those places, Iran. There's no normal relationship with Saudi Arabia, but they are all Muslim countries.
Yeah.
Syria were only allowed into the Arabic now.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia and Qatar, two main countries, Muslim countries, they didn't allow them to come to the Arabic.
No, you're right.
Understand?
Yeah.
So I've been following these wars ever since Iraq, Afghanistan, and I've been thinking, I've been educating myself about the conflicts and the things that they are doing. And we can never allow that Saudi Arabia is part of any conflict in the Middle East. When Yemen stands up, they allow America to launch from there.
Yeah, you're right.
The people of Iraq, when they stand on the Syria people, and then they find the terrorists and the people that are killing our Muslim brothers there in those countries. So that is unacceptable. We can never say and we can never agree with them, and we must never take pressure from them. So we as people, as Muslims, we have to be pressure on them so that they can change their mentality and their attitude to the Palestinian cause and the Muslim cause and the large on a greater scale.
Wow.
Understand? So we have a lot of groups here in South Africa and Cape Town, people that are talking, people that are
a lot of
issues. They are raising good points because our people are so determined about this Palestinian issue. We want the peace and freedom that we have for them as well.
Yeah. And I wish I had your passion, you got some strong passion there.
Yeah, you know, I can tell you.
But it means something to you from your heart. You can see that by the way you speak, how strongly you speak. And everyone out here today as well, man. All the women there, it's quite amazing. I was surprised. I knew there might be something going on, so I was around the neighborhood. Then I saw the flags and the chants, but when I came and saw like how strongly the women presence was, I was really impressed by that.
You know, our women are very staunch in this area. Because we are predominantly Muslim area.
Yeah, here, Bukap.
Yeah, and
colorful place.
And the women, they play a big role in this community.
Yeah.
So in every sphere, in every whatever sectors of the industry, or whatever, the science, medicine.
Has there ever been violence erupt on these protests? So no, that's good.
There was recently issues at the bigger, more larger group of that was more held in the Sea Point area.
Oh, in Sea Point, yeah. Sea Point, yeah.
In those areas is predominantly Jewish people also.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So there was some conflict there, and then some people got upset, and there was a massive police presence and everything, and this interrupted. But it was afterwards. It didn't last very long, so it was sorted out afterwards.
Yeah.
So people are more controlled, and people are more aware now of the actions and what they must do and how they must turn up, you know.
We're at this stage now. The whole world is watching now. Where do we go from here? I guess.
We are all watching and
yeah, rolling up the Palestinian.
We are putting the ICJ on the stand now.
Yeah.
You know, their credibility now is on show here.
Wow.
They have to show the people of the world that international law is for everyone. It's not only for a few.
That's exactly it.
I wish we could have done it when they bombed Iraq. After 1 million, 2 million people have died there.
Yeah, George Bush's illegal invasion of Iraq. Yeah. The story goes on. It's just different countries. Same old story in different countries.
Syria, all those places.
Yeah.
You know what,
Yemen, look at Saudi.
Look at Cuba, the embargo on Cuba.
Ever
since 1960s.
I went to Cuba last year and it's kind of crazy, yeah.
And the way they are punishing the people there.
Yeah.
And you know what? It is so those people are standing with us.
They are,
people of Venezuela,
the communists.
The communists. Libya, they are the people that are standing with us. Supposed to be the axis of evil.
Yeah, that's what.
But those are the people who stand for liberation. So we can't cut ties with those people because those are the people who supported us in our struggle. And like Nelson Mandela said, we can never, this is our stance and this is how they treated us when we were struggling for our self-determination. So we have to stand with them.
Yeah.
You understand?
You're right. You're right. I'm gonna head over there, see what's going on over there. You coming?
You can interview some of those people there.
Yeah. You gave me enough. Thank you, brother. You gave me enough. He's very passionate. Young man. He said he's in his 50s, but I don't buy it. Now we're gonna cross over and see what's going on here. Ironically, we're right outside the Rage fast food restaurant, and there is some passionate rage. Yeah, we're here again. Hold on 1 second. Let's see what's going on here.
I'll